Yay Networks.
Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin', the podcast I, Kellie Raspberry Evans, do with my husband of almost 5 years, Alan Evans.
Hey, Trey!
Coming up on the July 1st, 5th year anniversary. That's the anniversary of wood.
In the house. It's the anniversary of wood.
It's the wood, traditional gift
wood.
for 5th anniversary is
so
wood.
do I have to give you some wood? Something wood?
You could
or do
be
you
creative.
give me wood?
You could be creative with it.
Maybe you should give me wood.
Yeah, right. That's priority number one.
Why is that not priority number one, to give me wood?
I wish I'd never said anything. Anyway, we're not starting off on that note. I hope y'all are all doing really great. I had the end of my spring break week since the last time we talked on the podcast. I got to go down to Houston and visit my friend Kristen. She was one of the very first friends I made when I moved to Dallas in 1994.
Dun dun dun. Houston. Houston means that I'm one day closer to you. Dun 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 dun. Oh, honey, Houston.
Yeah. Actually, she lives on this side of Houston.
Who sings
It's
that?
like I don't know, some country singer. Oh. It's on this side of Houston, so it's more of like, do you know the Woodlands area? Her city she lives in is called Shenandoah. Isn't that pretty? I think that is a country music band as well. But anyway, I went to see my friend Kristen in Shenandoah, Texas, just this side of Houston. I love driving in the car by myself, not for like 12 hours, but a good 3 to 4 hour road trip. That's my jam.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I can listen to my podcasts uninterrupted, because sometimes you're getting in and out of the car and you can't quite finish. I could listen to 4 or 5 in a row. It was really great. I didn't really listen to any music, but I got, to do that, and went down to see Kristen, who is a professional trainer and bodybuilder now. She's gotten to bodybuilding competition. So I told her, I said, the whole time I'm here, I'm just going to let you feed me and tell me what to do. And she did.
Kristen knows what she's talking about.
She did. She got you in really good shape last year.
Yeah,
you
she
had to
did.
get ready for your Speedo.
She got me in a flesh-colored Speedo.
So she was feeding me. I mean, she's always into health and gut health and things like that. But Kristen took me to my very first, it's called Fit Wrap, I think, F-I-T. I think it's just called Fit Wrap. But it's where they have all these different kind of ways to bake yourself and sweat. And the one I was in was where you zip yourself up in a plastic disposable suit, because nobody's going to want to use it again after you sweat in it for an hour. You get in it completely naked, because if you don't, your underwear and everything will be soaked. So you're completely naked. You're in a room by yourself.
Body condom.
It is. And then you're underneath this heated, weighted blanket, and you just sweat. And I typically I'm not a sweater. I don't really sweat a lot. It was sweating for me. It was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot. So we did that. And then Kristen also took me to my first Thai massage.
That's where they get on top of you.
They get stand on top of you. There are bars on the ceiling that they can hold on to, I guess, to help them balance, because she wasn't holding back on her weight, and she walked all over my back. And it was 2 hours long.
Yeah, I went to one of those one time. It was, this is before we were married, and I think it was when I was single, but I just felt like going and having a massage. So I went to one of those places in a strip mall, and it just says massage.
Yeah, that's the way this one was.
Yeah, and I thought I was just going to get like a regular massage.
Yeah.
But I laid on the table, and she started standing on me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is going on?
At least I knew that going in.
I didn't know that.
The only thing I didn't understand, because when I walked in the room, there's a great big table. It's not like a skinny massage table. It's like I guess a double bed, that width of a double, not quite a queen size, but maybe a double bed.
Right.
And there was a rolled up towel that you're supposed to put your forehead, because there's not a hole in the table like for a typical massage. So there's a rolled up towel you put your forehead on, so it props your nose up from hitting the table. There is a pillow to put my bosom. I don't know if a man would have that or just women. I'm not sure. And there was a little towel at the foot. And the lady was explaining to me really quick. I'm like, yeah, but I need to go relieve my bladder before I get started. And I said, do I get completely naked for this? She said, leave your panties on. Great. I'll be right back. So when I came back, I got completely naked except for my thong. I was wearing a thong. And I got face down with my thing. And she came in and I was laying on top of the little towel. She said, no. That's supposed to be on top. I said, I'm sorry. I don't know how this works.
So if we can paint a visual picture.
My big white butt was bare.
So she comes barreling into the room
There
thinking
I am.
you're going to be under the towel.
The towel was literally the size of a hand towel.
And she sees Kellie Raspberry Evans in the prone position, but face down.
Yes.
In a tea bag.
Yes.
No top.
Nothing.
Nothing.
But yes. And she's like, it's okay. It's okay. She covered me up. Just my butt, And then she proceeded to massage, stretch, twist, contort me for 2 hours. Now, not everybody has the luxury of having a massage. I didn't have my first massage till I was almost 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I do know that that's a luxury. And if you've ever had a massage, sometimes you're like, an hour's just not enough.
Hour's not enough.
That's why they have 80-minute massages,
Give
right?
me 80 minutes. I've never had a 2 hour, though.
Well, I used to think 80 minutes wasn't quite enough. But after a 2-hour massage, I'm like, 80 minutes is probably just about right. 80 to 90
You're
minutes.
ready to be done after?
Well, I think after a while, they just run out of stuff to rub.
Mm-hmm.
And so they just keep rubbing the same stuff because they got to make it last 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, it was an experience. And it was a great, I know a lot of massage parlors have reputations. This was all run by ladies, and it's a very nice, classy establishment.
Very professional.
As I was told.
Very
They
professional.
were very sweet.
They kept it professional.
Very much. And they're probably like, oh, we got a wild one here with me, my butt exposed. But no, they were like, no, we don't.
I wonder how many
Cover that up.
I wonder how many times that's happened. And a guy's just laying there, just like butt naked,
I don't know.
With
But hopefully they're face down when they come in the room.
bare ass.
So that was my weekend. I got to see our son Dylan play in a baseball tournament a little bit. That was good.
Because they were playing a tournament in Houston.
I had to go another 30 to 45 minutes drive into Houston to see that. So that's how far out I was.
But I was back here in Plano because I was with Cole.
Yeah.
Cole was here and he couldn't, we weren't going to go down to Houston because he had things to do here. So we stayed back here. You had a good time in Houston.
I did.
And then let's just get the elephant out. There's an elephant in the room. You just need to get this out on the table. Tell everybody what happened today. Or maybe we should do that. And then something happened to Kellie today. You're not going to believe it. Actually, I believed it when she told me. But you just wait. We'll tell you here in a second.
All right. So I've told you guys for quite some time now how much I love Rothys, and I love that they have them for men. They have them for children now too. So y'all can, Alan, you can see how fabulous they are too. You've got some Rothys too.
Yeah, I love my Rothys.
Rothys, what I love is like from the moment you put them on, there's no break-in period, right? They're known for that comfort. They're also made from recycled water bottles. Those things that would end up in a landfill or in our oceans are recycled into these beautiful threads that make up the Rothy shoes. I love that too. I love the fact when you're needing a little refresh, sometimes you might step in something, you're like, what have I done? Or you go out for Mexican food and somebody splashes salsa on your Rothys. All you have to do is throw them in the washing machine and they come out fresh and new. Now, I started off with the point and the flat. Those are Rothy's #1 bestsellers. And the point, I went a little funky. I got a red camo point. I thought that was fun. It was different because I went through that period, with all camo. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I got to mix it up a little bit. So I got red camo. It's real fun. You'd be surprised how neutral it is. But for my next pair of Rothys, I wanted to go with their #1 best-selling flat, the Black Classic Flat. It's so versatile. And let me tell you something. I wear these in place of my bedroom shoes around the house.
You do.
They are that comfortable. But it's not just about comfort with Rothys. They're also so stylish. Whether you're wanting a really cool sneaker, a loafer, ankle boots. With summer coming up, they've got great sandals. Rothys has everything you need. Not only are they comfortable, they're washable, they are durable. Mine still look just like new. And now Alan can enjoy them too.
So get both style and comfort this spring with Rothys. Plus, get $20 off your first purchase at rothys.com/sandwich. That's ROTHYS.com/sandwich.
There you go, babe. And I will be wearing nothing but my flat little Rothys for a few days if I can get my swollen foot into them.
Why don't you tell everybody what happened to your foot today?
So before we went on spring break, our producer, Robert, who was also...
Stop talking.
He's the producer for the Kid Craddock Morning Show.
Nationally syndicated.
And also for Love Letters to Kellie, the podcast.
Love letters. Love letters to Kellie.
Yes. I love Robert. But when he has to be, he can be a little stern. Let's just say stern. And what happens is, well, some of us, me being the worst offender, come into work a little later than we should have. We should. And that means things we have to record before the show goes live at 6 a.m. Central Time, where it was making people scramble that have to edit those things. Someone like me, I don't need any editing. Yeah, I'm going to brag on myself. Every once in a while, I need a little tweak here and there. There are certain people I shall not name who need more editing than others.
My man.
So anyway, it was putting people in a little bit of a pickle. So Robert let us know he did not appreciate that we were coming in later than we should. Mm-hmm. So I was like, my first day back, it's my new show resolution. I am going to be at work not only when I'm supposed to be there, but a few minutes early.
You'll be there early.
I was going to be there early my first day back. We'll see how that holds up. So I get there so early. I'm so proud of myself. I even made good time because leaving a little extra early for work at 5 o'clock in the morning, there's less traffic. So I pull into the parking garage right at the same time as Engineer Don does.
ED,
Engineer Don. So he's getting out and he's got all these bags and things he's carrying. I'm carrying my backpack and that I carry as like a purse because I can carry everything in the world in it, and my little computer bag. So I've got one bag over my shoulder and the other one in my hand.
Your little red bag, right?
My little red Toomey little backpack.
Yeah. It's not the
It was a gift.
It's not the Toomey.
It was a gift.
So your backpack and a computer
slung
bag.
over one arm and my computer bag
Okay.
over the
Okay.
over my, like I'm carrying it.
Okay.
So I'm just talking to Don. I'd had some email issues over spring break. Every work email was going to my spam folder, Alan.
And y'all are walking in the parking garage together?
We're going through the parking garage and they're coming down the stairs.
Oh, okay,
There's a
okay,
stairwell and it's exactly 18 steps because I have a tinge of OCD sometimes and I've counted those same steps every day since 2001. That's how long we've been in this building.
You've been doing this a long time.
In this building, I've been doing it since 2001, but I've been doing it longer than that. So I'm talking to him. I was like, yeah, I don't know why I missed some really kind of important emails. And he's like, because he handles all of our computer stuff. And he's just telling me, yeah, he tried to fix it, but he'll get the rest of it when we get downstairs. I get 2 steps from the bottom of this stairwell.
Bottom.
And my foot just hits the lip of the stair. What do you call it? The edge of the stair, the edge of the step.
Yeah.
And goes out from under me.
Mm.
And it's like, and Don even said it. It felt like it to me, but Don even said it. He said, it's like you were falling in slow motion.
I've experienced this with you.
It's weird. When
Yeah.
I fall, I fall in slow-mo. But I was like, when there's nothing you can do, it's almost like, here you go. But I fell at like an angle and I couldn't catch myself with my wrist, which is a good thing because you can really break your wrist or hurt yourself in a fall.
Yeah.
So I landed like on my left buttock,
Okay.
but a little high on it.
Right.
Just
okay.
to the left of where my tailbone was. It would have really hurt if I landed smack dab on my tailbone.
Okay. Just so I understand, both feet went out from under you or just one?
The
went out
one
from
went
under
out from under me and then everything went out because my momentum started carrying me plummeting slowly to the stairs.
So almost like you did the just the stereotypical whoop, whoop,
My
whoop,
left
whoop,
foot.
whoop, 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 and like
Yeah,
your left foot
left
goes out
foot.
from under you. Your crap goes everywhere?
Well, I'm holding it, so no.
Oh, you held onto your crap all the way
it was
down.
over my shoulders. I'm holding it as I fall.
Well, way to go, Des.
So I fall, and Don's hands are full. And he's like, oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? I was like, you're kind of afraid to move for a minute.
You hit the step.
I hit the step. My butt hit the step.
What were there any noises? Like did you go oomph?
I don't recall. You'll have to ask Don.
Because
You
I want
can't
to
interview him.
recreate this.
You can try interviewing him, but Don does not speak on air.
No.
You can talk to him off the air and he might tell you.
He's on the down low.
But he was very concerned
He was?
because I'm
Good.
elderly now, Alan.
You do AARP spots.
So anyway, I'm moving slowly because you're not sure if you're hurt. I was like, that kind of smarts, but I think I'm okay. And I got up and he helped me up. He put his hand out and helped me up and I moved slowly. I said, I think I can walk it off. I missed my tailbone. I hit my butt. I said, I might have a little bruise there, but I think I'm okay, Don. He opened the door for me, got his key out and opened the door. Everybody was nice. I came in and, of course, told everybody. For the first time since 2001, every year I've been coming down those damn steps that get slick when it's raining, the humidity. I have avoided falling in the most tragic of weather circumstances until today. And so anyway, but I felt fine. After work, I went and got my mama because it was Mondays with Mama. And we went all over the place. We went to At Home, which used to be Garden Ridge. We went to Home Goods. We went to Market Street.
Ross?
We were doing everything. Didn't go there. Didn't have time. I was absolutely fine. Went to Starbucks because I was feeling a little tired. Everything was fine. I come home. I'm working on stuff on the computer, and I'm sitting there at my desk. This is literally about 13 or 14 hours later, and my ankle starts hurting. Just all of a sudden.
Your
I'm
right
like,
ankle.
My left ankle. That's the
Okay.
one I slipped on. And I'm like, ow, what's happening? And it hurt, and it just got worse and worse.
But you didn't fall on it.
That's the ankle
It's
that
the
went out
ankle
from
that
under
went
me.
out from under you. Okay.
So I must
okay.
have twisted it in the process. When it went out from under me, when I hit the step, it must have caught my heel and twisted or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it did not hurt at all until about 14 hours later. 12 or 14. Is that normal? And it's kind of a little puffy behind my ankle. So I took an anti-inflammatory and I started icing it and I elevated it. And here's Alan. What'd you do now? What'd you hurt now? Because every day I've got a new ailment.
You do.
But this is serious.
No, I know it's serious.
And
I
went hobbling in there. I was like, Alan, you're not going to believe this. While he was taking a shower, my ankle just started killing me. I couldn't even walk on it. And I said, do you have a ace bandage or something? And he said, well, I have this elbow sleeve. Try that. And when I slipped it over my ankle, I was like, ow! It hurt so bad. So I've just been icing it and elevating it. Alan did make me supper. At first, he was just going to make supper for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I guess I can figure out something for myself. Because usually we do fend for ourselves. But then he said, I'll make you something, honey. And he served it to me as I'm sitting there with my ankle propped up.
Yeah. The villain, the bully.
No, I just said, you redeemed yourself from what now to serving me food. So
Well,
that
it's
was
like
okay.
the boy who cried wolf. It's like every day.
I don't cry wolf. I literally hurt myself. And you have been there to witness it.
This is legit. I know. You fell. I believe you.
Crying wolf is like, I don't know. But I really hurt myself.
I know you did. I offered to make you dinner and get you ice and get you ibuprofen.
Eventually.
I don't know what else I could do.
Eventually. So anyway, that's what happened. That's the elephant in the room. And by elephant in the room, he's referring to me again.
So you think this is one that'll just be on the temporary ailment list, or do you think
hope
we can
so.
add this to the permanent list?
No, a sprained ankle is temporary.
This could, I hope it doesn't, but this could be something that stays with you for a while.
Why?
What if you tore a ligament or something?
I think if I tore a ligament, I would have felt it earlier. I don't understand.
I don't know.
I've never had something hit me so delayed. But they say that happens like in car accidents.
I know.
Sometimes you get in a car crash, it's a week or 2 or 3 weeks before you like, wow, something hurts.
You may get up tomorrow morning and be sore.
I'm sore now.
Well, let me tell you a little something here, babe. This is a good segue.
I'm going to prop my ankle up while we're talking.
Do it.
Oh,
Because
God.
I have a story here. You know, we used
About
to
ankles?
No, it's about another body part. We used to do a bit called Interesting Stuff. Remember that?
Yeah.
Where we'd pull.
It's just interesting stuff.
Just interesting stuff. It was just interesting
No
stuff.
fancy title because that's what it was.
Yeah, and your stuff was very practical. It was very helpful.
I try to be.
Yeah, it was very.
Sometimes I'm talking just to be talking, as my husband told me earlier today on
Yeah.
the phone.
Yeah,
But sometimes I try to be helpful and practical.
and some of mine were they were kind of wheels off.
Yeah.
But like you, this woman, she had something going on with her body, and she had no idea until years later. Wait till I read you this.
Years
Later. So, this woman in Tunisia, do you know where Tunisia is?
I've heard of it.
Is that in
I'm
Africa?
so bad at
Is
I think
Tunisia-
it is. That sounds like Africa.
That's Africa, right?
That sounds African. I'm
Live
so bad at
studio
geography.
audience, help us out with that one. But,
I think that's right.
This woman is from Tunisia. She went to the doctor because she thought she had a UTI. So
That's a urinary tract infection.
yeah, she's 45 years old. She goes to the doctor. She went to the hospital complaining of typical lower UTI, urinary tract infection
you
symptoms.
Take care of those. Those can be deadly.
Right. She had symptoms such as leaking. But doctors were left stunned when scans revealed she had a glass tumbler stuck in her bladder. The glass tumbler had been in there 4 years.
How in the world?
It was encased by a 3-inch wide bladder stone. 3 inches.
So that stuff had been calcifying
It
around
calcified around the tumbler.
How big was a tumbler?
It's like a shot glass.
A shot glass. Because a tumbler's big. You're
Right.
saying a shot glass.
So this bladder stone, they're normally so small you can't even see them with the naked eye. This thing was 3 inches wide.
Oh my gosh.
The woman revealed she had used the
Be
drinking.
Clean. Be clean.
She had used the drinking glass as a sex toy
Oh my.
a number of years before.
Oh my.
Evidently, she had inserted it into the
Area up there.
urethra, which is the
That's the
hole
wrong one.
from which females urinate
That was the wrong hole, honey.
rather than the vagina.
Yeah, that was the wrong hole. That's bad.
Her case was published in a medical journal, including the astonishing scan and an image of the glass and bladder stone. While the medical report doesn't mention it, the woman may have been practicing what is known as urethral sounding.
So she meant to do that. That wasn't the wrong hole.
Meant to do it.
Whoa.
This risky activity involves inserting a glass or other object into the urethra to heighten sexual pleasure and arousal.
I don't know who came up with that stupid idea. That's stupid.
Can you believe that?
How in the world is that? That has to hurt like heck.
Check this out. She went to
Because that hole is not that big.
She went to the She went to the emergency department. She reported that she had suffered cystitis or inflammation several times, but it had never been investigated. No blood in
So
her.
she wouldn't like confess.
Well, no blood in her urine.
Why wouldn't you confess?
Nor was
Stuck
she
up in there.
Nor was she suffering with any urinary incontinence, but she did have a higher than normal red blood cell range, indicating the body was fighting an
Fighting
infection.
something. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's crazy. You know what? But I know there are a lot of ER nurses and doctors and stuff that will tell you all the crazy things people shove in themselves for amusement and gratification. I do not understand it. I don't get it. But it happens a lot. But I've just never heard of it going up there.
Doctors
That's crazy.
They performed surgery to remove the bladder stone. Then they cracked it open. Imagine them getting
Like a walnut.
Now I have a 3-inch stone we just took out of this woman's bladder.
Yeah.
Gee, let's see what's in this thing.
Right.
So then they crack it open to expose the still intact glass, which had been in her body for 4 years.
That's crazy. I just don't know physics, the laws of physics, how that happens.
2 days
I'm
later,
never going to find out either.
2 days later, she was released. This article concludes, or this report concluded, the best treatment remains preventative by balancing the underlying etiopathogenic disorder and by having a good sex education. No, it starts with not shoving shot glasses
what
up
it
your
is.
urethra.
That's a good sex education, telling people don't do that. That's part of the
What?
education.
This is the reason I
there's
wanted to read
holes
this.
for certain things. That ain't it.
Do you really have to tell people that?
Apparently so, Alan. Apparently
Where
so.
did just good old common sense
People
go?
are just depraved, and they're trying to find the thrill.
Well,
and
I'm
they're
looking around
trying
my
to get the
house
next-
here. Oh, hell, there's a shot glass from the 1996 Atlanta Olympics. Oh, I'm going to pull that down. Let me see if I can stick it up my urethra now. Oh, man. Oh, crap. It's gone. I can't find it. Oh, boy. I'm not going to say anything about that.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't say something.
4 years later. Oh, I kind of forgot about it. Oh, gosh. There's something up there, but I don't remember what it is. I mean, what in the hell?
I don't know.
That the craziest thing you've ever
That's
heard?
pretty out there. I hope that doesn't turn out to be a hoax. That has to be real, right?
Nope. Here's a picture.
Yeah.
Describe what you see, please.
It looks like a empty coconut shell with a green glass in it. That's what it looks like.
Yep. There you go. It came from the internet, which means it's
It has to be true.
100% true.
I'm going to Snopes that. Let's see. But I mean, I believe you. I mean, people do crazy things, so I don't put it past them.
They do. They do. I agree with you. I've heard stories of people doing things.
Well, there's lots of rumors about celebrities, and I'm not going to repeat any of them because we've all heard the same ones, but I don't know what's true or not. But I do know that someone I know used to know someone who knows someone. I'm trying to protect everybody's identity, who worked in an emergency room and would tell about some of the things they witnessed coming in to the emergency room. For instance, one man decided to, please, I hope we're not grossing anybody out. He decided to try a home remedy to fix his erectile dysfunction with a clothes hanger, wire clothes hanger.
He wrapped it around his balls?
He inserted it.
In his hole?
Mm-hmm.
In his pee hole?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
This is the kind of things people do
So he was using that as a method to
keep it erect.
Oh, come on, man.
This is what people, I'm telling you. And we could tell worse, but we won't because we're grossing so many people out right now. But I had to just, be with Alan there and his gross story.
Well, I wasn't being gross.
That's gross.
No, I would have thought he would have wrapped it around his balls.
No.
Because there are apparatus.
All right, Alan, we don't need to go down that path.
Apparati?
I think we've
What's
covered
plural
it
of
enough.
apparatuses?
I would think it'd be apparati.
There are apparati that
apparati.
don't they kind of go?
I have no idea. I've never seen one.
I've never seen those either.
Anyway, moving on
All
from
right, babe.
that disgusting topic.
Well, that was sent to me by one of our lovely, very best customers. She will remain unnamed. Amy Wilkerson. This next.
Why would you do that to her?
Are we going to read some letters? You want to read some letters?
Amy sends you some good memes
Oh, she sends the best memes.
and disgusting stories now, apparently.
Yeah. That's wild. I just had so many questions. I still have so many questions.
I don't know what questions you would possibly have. That
Well,
article was pretty thorough.
Number one, why did you choose a shot glass?
Because she heard the glass was part of it. That's what
No.
you said.
To the woman from Tunisia.
Tonal. It was like a tonal, like a,
Why did you use a shot glass?
I don't know.
Okay. Number two, how did you lose it?
I don't know how you got it in there. That's my
Number three, why did you wait 4 years? Why didn't you immediately go to the emergency room?
embarrassment.
Number four, why there?
Pleasure, arousal.
There
what
ain't
she
any
said.
pleasure,
That's what she said.
in my opinion, but
We've got to cleanse our palate now.
All right, let's cleanse our palate with some letters. This first letter is from Madison. Subject, response to Wish You Could Say. Remember the bit you did?
Yeah.
The one that was real. It was just a beat down.
I didn't think it was that much of a beatdown, but apparently you're going to tell me it was have people validate your side.
I wish I could say to my mother-in-law's face, you're the devil.
All right, go ahead and pile on again.
Hi, Kellie and Alan.
Hi.
Longtime listener, probably since 1602 when Kellie was on the Eagle.
I wasn't on the Eagle.
Just wanted to let y'all know that I love the new bit, You Wish You Could Say.
Oh, thank you.
I liked both the funny and serious ones.
Thank you.
I thought it was interesting to see what people would say when you have no consequences. I will for sure participate the next time when that bit comes around. And so sorry, Alan, but I have to agree with the listener who commented about your calling yourself the kid. Major cringe. I think EK would probably agree. Love you desperately, Maddie B. P.S. I also love to hear y'all bicker. It's real life and relatable.
That was a good letter right there, Maddie.
Thank you, Madison.
Yeah, I'm not doing that bit ever again, though, Maddie. Alan didn't like it.
The kid will
Said
not.
It was negative.
The kid will not allow it.
We're going to do more of what people shove up their holes. That's what the new podcast. That's the tone moving forward.
You gotta change your voice.
Why?
You gotta change your voice.
I'm not ashamed.
Golly.
We're going to talk about it. Talk proud. Talk loud.
Oh, man. This next letter is from Celeste. Subject? Oh, I forgot you had this ailment. Tennis elbow.
Yeah.
How's that?
Well, Kristen also took me to this miracle worker chiropractor that also does a lot of different therapies. He works with a lot of bodybuilders. And he worked on my arm so hard, I was almost crying. But then he gave me a bunch of at-home exercises to do that I have been doing. I did them this morning. And when I think about it, I do the one, I've been doing them. So hopefully that will, basically it just needs to rest. It's inflamed. So, and I'm also doing these stretching exercises to keep that flexible.
You're going to be like, I don't know.
It is what it is, honey. You can bail now. I've got a 10-year warranty.
We're going to have to put you in the Bacta chamber.
We're only halfway through the 10-year warranty.
Remember they put Luke in the Bacta chamber and
I don't know what that is.
He rejuvenated himself after
I would love that.
After Darth cut his arm off.
I would love that. Or do you want to check the terms and the fine print of your warranty on this marriage?
I just want you to I'm going to find you a Bacta chamber. Hey, Alan. I just got done listening to the latest podcast and wanted to let Kelly in on a remedy I just saw a video on. I couldn't believe all the things it can cure just by the ingredients that are in it.
Okay.
Vicks Vapor Rub.
Oh.
I've also been getting a twinge in my right elbow lately, and I just thought it would go away on its own. I will go home tonight and look for my Vapor Rub and try it on my elbow. Alan and Kelly, here's a video. Take a look and be amazed at what it can do. I'm definitely going to try this and see if it really works. She sent us a link to a YouTube video here. I love you both. Can't wait to do another podcast meetup. Love, Celeste.
Thank you, Celeste. There's also the outside of the elbow injury apparently is tennis, and the inside of the elbow injury apparently is golf elbow. And, I've been getting so many suggestions from acupuncture to there's all these machines. If you go on Amazon, they have all these gadgets and stuff. And this chiropractor actually owned a couple of them. He said some of them are better than others, but basically it's just working that tension out to the point of tears and then stretch exercises, in his opinion.
That's what the woman from Tunisia was doing, was working that tension out.
Work it out, girl.
This next letter is from Dana. Subject, scammers. Hello, Alan. I just listened to your podcast from 317 about the lady who is a professional scammer. It reminded me of a similar situation that happened to me many years ago in Memphis, Tennessee. I was approached by a man in a parking lot, and he told me his car broke down on the interstate and his wife and kids were still in the car. He said he needed some part for the car and gave me an amount. I didn't have that much money, but gave him the $5 that I did have. Fast forward a month or two, I was in a different part of town at a different gas station. You guessed it, same guy walking the lot. I recognized him immediately, and he had the same story. I don't recall if I called him out or not, but I did not give him money. It doesn't end there. Months later, I was with my parents at another part of town, sitting in their car after having lunch, and there he was. I told my parents the story, and if my dad made eye contact with him, he'd come over. He didn't prove me wrong. Here he came. Wouldn't you know, he gave my dad the exact same story.
Yeah, found a story that works. Keep using it.
I was so angry that I popped my head up to the front seat and told him that this was the third time he had given me the story and that his car should be fixed by now. He responded with, wow, you be. And walked off. Unbelievable. And you're right. It makes you leery of helping those that are truly in need. Thanks for a great podcast. And Kelly, I hope your elbow is back to normal soon. Thanks, Dana.
Thanks, Dana. And say a prayer for my ankle now too, Dana. I'm falling apart. And
correction, when I told the story, I was talking to Kelly after the podcast, after we recorded, and we calculated it wasn't 6 to 8 months ago. It was actually probably 2 years ago.
Yeah, with COVID.
Because it was before COVID.
Time is just, the past 2 years, it's hard to know what happened. After the podcast ended, I was like, Alan, I don't think that was 6 months ago.
Yeah.
I think that was a while back. And we remembered it's probably right around when COVID started or right before, right?
But that even reinforces.
But you told it on the podcast, so it'd be easy to find out.
Well, yeah, but that even reinforces that
this lady's been getting away with it
she's
for so long.
She's a professional scammer because she's got the same story and it hasn't changed in 2 years.
Yeah, well, like I said, if you find a story that works, you keep using it. It's just you don't like feeling duped. That's the thing. Nobody wants to feel foolish. And I think that's part of it too.
Another letter. This one's from Abel. Subject?
Abel or Abel?
Abel.
That's Abel.
This letter is from Abel. Subject, Chain of Fools. Dear Kelly and Alan, you requested to hear our bad restaurant experiences, so I wanted to tell you one that I had this weekend. This Saturday, we went to a Tex-Mex restaurant.
Leave it unnamed.
We will leave it unnamed. Anyway, to start off, we never got a refill on our chips nor on our drink. We ordered our fajitas as usual. They were delicious, like always. However, when my mom prepares herself a taco to take a bite, she starts to pull on her taco. She first thought it was the fajitas that were just a little chewy, but then she looks at it.
No.
She realizes that in there was a piece of a cheap chain bracelet.
Oh.
When the waiter passes by to check on us, she tells him very nicely that there was a cheap chain bracelet in her taco. He told us that he would bring a manager, but we told him not to. However, we were hoping that they would have the courtesy to comp our dessert, meal, something.
Something.
But unfortunately, they did not.
Should have called the manager over.
We weren't mad, but disappointed.
Yeah.
On another note, how do you feel about a waiter sitting down with you to take an order? Sincerely, John.
Alan
John,
hates that.
I am out.
He has talked about that before.
Out on that.
See, I don't really mind it too much, especially if you're getting along and it's like that kind of vibe in the restaurant.
No.
It doesn't bother me. I like vibing with my waiter or waitress. I like that.
No.
It depends on the circumstances. I don't think it's correct in every circumstance, but I don't always have a problem.
So when you
with
go to
it.
a coffee shop and you order a coffee, you'd be okay if the barista's like, "Hey man, you mind if I kind of hang out with you for a while and have a coffee
different.
with you?"
Well,
I'd be like, "What?
maybe.
What? No,
Maybe
no."
if it's my favorite barista and it's a slow day and we see each other in the coffee shop every day, let's get to know each other a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind that.
You're getting on an airplane. You say hello to the pilot. The pilot goes, "Hey man, you mind if I come back there and sit with you for a little while?" Well,
Hey.
actually, why don't you do your job and then I'll just sit here?
What if he asked you if you want to come sit in the cockpit with him? You got a problem with that?
Well,
It's all circumstances.
I didn't when I was 8. I don't think I'd do it now. Right? You want to sit in the front seat with your Uber driver too? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
mind.
It doesn't make any sense
I like
to me.
getting to know people.
You do. Yeah. Oh.
This letter was not meant for me. It was meant for you.
I have one more letter, and I was going to review The Batman because I went to see The Batman. I was going to just do a quick
I'm
review.
glad you did, so I don't have to.
Why don't you do a little bit of this?
I will.
We will then start to bring it home for Jerome with a serious letter and then a Batman review.
Let me tell you about the kitchen in our house. When we decide to cook healthy, we cook more at home, right? And Alan and I were like, what a mess our pots and pans are. They were scratched up, beat up, and we've spent some money on
Lots
some
of
pots
cooking.
and pans.
Lots of cooking.
But the pots and pans weren't really holding up. So we decided we're going to do this once and for all. We're going to go through, we're going to weed out the junk, and we're going to invest in some quality cookware, right? But for me, don't you want to just like, if you're going to use something, don't you want to make it pretty? My friend Living with Landon says that, make it pretty. If you're going to do something, make it pretty. So I found this Caraway Home cookware set, which I love. Now it comes in some really beautiful colors to complement any kitchen. But when you're looking over there, and we chose the brick red cookware set because it complements our stoves so well and the appliances, and it just makes me happy when I look at it. But this is the beautiful cookware set. We are pretty much set for life, I believe, with this.
It's a nice set.
It's the whole set. Now, you can buy pieces with Caraway Home, but we got the whole set. We got the 10.5-inch fry pan, 3-quart saucepan with lid, the 4.5-quart saute pan with lid, and the 6.5-quart Dutch oven. What else do you need?
You don't need anything else.
And let me tell you also, it comes with pan racks. It comes with this system to store the pan lid, so it's all completely organized. And that's not all. This is quality cookware, non-toxic. All Caraway products are made without any toxic materials, stuff you can't even pronounce. And they're ceramic, which is naturally slick, and it means you don't have to use but just the slightest bit of butter, just a touch of oil, and everything just slides right off the pan. Easy to clean up too. It's eco-friendly. Throughout manufacturing, Caraway products release up to 60% less CO2 into the environment compared to traditional nonstick coatings. And I'll tell you, how many of those nonstick coatings have you used before? And they're just garbage. Caraway products. I'm so excited to have these in our kitchen. And over 25,000 people, add me and Alan to it, 25,002. We were raving about our Caraway kitchen, and now it's time to try these for yourself. Again, the cookware set, modern, chemical-free iteration of the traditional 16-piece set, boiled down to 4 essentials: the fry pan, saute pan, saucepan, and Dutch oven. They also have a bakeware set if you're interested in that. Whatever you need to check out at Caraway Home.
So visit carawayhome.com/sandwich to take advantage of this limited time offer for 10% off your next purchase. This deal is exclusive for our listeners of A Sandwich and Some Lovin', so visit carawayhome.com/sandwich or use code SANDWICH at checkout. Caraway, non-toxic cookware made modern.
Really cool. It's good-looking, clean cooking. We like that.
Good-looking stuff.
I'm excited. I love that it's red. They have some beautiful colors, too.
We got a lot of red in our home.
I like red. I like touches. When I was growing up, my mom has a friend that was she was not a decorator, but she was just not a professional. She was just so good. And she said every room needed to have a touch of red and Asian.
It's like your husband is part Asian.
What are you doing?
I was taking a selfie.
Why are you taking a selfie?
So people can see what we look like when we podcast.
Oh, no. With my leg propped up because my ankle's twisted.
With your leg on my desk. You're pointing the soles.
I don't have it on your desk. I have it on my notebook, so it's not touching your desk.
Pointing the soles of your feet at your husband. Are you trying to assume a dominant position?
No, honey. My ankle is twisted and it hurts.
Remember that one time me, you, and Boss Man George were somewhere? Oh, it was when we met Emmett Smith, Dime. But we were at that tequila. He was launching his tequila. Remember that?
Yeah.
And Boss Man was there. And we were going to take a picture. And I just put my arm around Boss Man, and he got all bent out of shape. Yeah, hey, man. And I was like, what, George? Hey, man, you're trying to assume a dominant position. Hey, man. Like, assume a dominant position? What does that even mean? I was just putting my arm around you because I like you, Boss Man.
He didn't want you to be dominant around Emmett.
Man, Boss Man. Hey, man. Okay, here's another letter from Ashoka. Subject, Ask Alan. Ask Alan anything. Please do not use my name if read on the podcast. So again, this one's from Ahsoka. Dear Alan. Kelly's holding her head. You okay, babe? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. My ex and I, never married, have a 9-year-old daughter together, and we have a child support order filed. Okay. He is not consistently in her life and likes to pop in and out whenever convenient for him. He's a job hopper and likes to find jobs where he is paid, quote, under the table to avoid child support being taken out of his pay. We live 2 hours apart, so right now he is getting her once a month. I offer to meet him halfway so that he does not have to make a 4-hour round trip on Friday night and Sunday night. I do this to be nice and only request $40 in gas money since he is not paying child support. If he were paying, I'd be happy to meet him halfway without gas money because I know that is a good portion out of his income. The last time we met, he had the excuse that he was paid with a handwritten check and was having a hard time cashing it since he does not have a bank account. He didn't tell me this until we met Sunday and never gave me any money. He is currently over $30,000 behind in child support.
Oh, dude. And
has not made a payment since June 2021.
I can't wait to hear what the question is. Or is there a question? Oh, it's Ask Alan Anything.
Well, yeah, we can answer it. I contacted the child support office and they have mailed letters, made collection calls, and have the IRS intercepting taxes, which he does not file. Sounds like he's got a lot of problems here.
Yeah.
Although my spouse and I have good paying jobs and shouldn't struggle, my spouse pays child support for his son, and it is hard at times. My daughter does gymnastics. I just had to drop over $300 on glasses for her, and I don't want her to go without because of not getting the support she deserves. My question is, should I seek out legal help? I hate to go after him and cause more issues than we already have, and I do not want to hurt my daughter in any way. I don't want her to be angry with me and one day when she has the choice, choose to live with him. I don't know if it would be worth all the trouble, but I'm tired of him only being in her life when it's convenient for him and not being any kind of financial help. I just don't know if it's the right thing to do. Please help. Thank you, Ahsoka. Well, Ahsoka, okay, let me preface this by saying I am not a family lawyer. I do not practice family law. I am not a mediator. I am just a dumb podcaster
who's been asked his opinion on a subject.
So I will just tell you, I guess, some thoughts that I have. One is obviously he should be stepping up and paying child support.
That's without question. I mean, he should be.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I don't know what happened that made him get so far behind, but
he's a loser.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
The way you describe it is he's avoiding it, but the fact is
he's made horrible choices in life that's led him down this path.
The fact is right now you don't have any child support. No. So what do you do? So one thing I didn't hear in the letter is, and I'm sure you have, but have you just gone to him flat out and said, dude, what's the deal? I mean, if you're not, I'm not getting any support at all. You're supposed to give me X amount. I mean,
I'm sure
you got anything you can help me with? I mean, have you had that just normal conversation? Like, hey, I really need some help.
But like he says, I can't cash my check. I'm sorry, brother. Can you wait and let me get back to you?
Yeah. So she gave us one example there, how he kind of avoided it. So if you've exhausted your, I guess your options with being reasonable and just trying to just straight up ask him to step up and do what he should do and what he should be, supposed to do and should be doing. If you feel like you're at the very end of that rope and there's nothing else you can do, then you have to ask yourself, okay, what are my options? Now I can either just pay for everything, which isn't fair, and he should totally be helping out, or I can get the courts involved because you do have a child support order. That's a court order. So technically, if you wanted to...
You could have him arrested.
Yeah, if you wanted to escalate that, you could. Now, here's what you have to decide if you want to escalate things. I mean, one route is you could talk to a mediator or a family lawyer and say, look, I just want to meet with the guy in the same room and say, okay, here's the support I'm expecting, and if we don't get this in X time frame, then I'm really going to escalate this to where you're going to be in some big legal trouble. That's one way you can do it. Or you could just go all in and say, I'm not going to mess with this guy anymore. I want the court to enforce the order. Here's another thing you got to think about, though. If you do that, it's going to, cost you a lot of money. Unfortunately, it's going to cost you money. And
he could still not pay even after you go through all that stuff.
He could still not pay, not have the assets, or you could also have him, ask the court to pay for him to pay your legal fees, which they may or may not do. So you gotta weigh that into the calculation. If I spend $5,000 on an attorney to get whatever the child support is, the child is still young though, right? She's only 9 years old.
But he's already $30,000 behind,
right? So
and it's only going to get worse.
Yeah. So that's another thing you got to do the cost benefit analysis, and then also the relationship. I guess the most important thing is, the relationship that he has with your daughter and that you have with your daughter. Kids, unfortunately, in these situations, they're stuck in the middle, and it's a tough situation for the kid because you don't want to do anything that's gonna make the child resent you, and I don't know what her relationship is with her father, but just hypothetically, say you took him to court, he's not able to pay, he goes to jail.
Now that's your fault. Daddy's in jail.
And then, why did Daddy go to jail? Well, mommy made the judge put him in jail. So
it could be,
There are a lot
kids get real protective of the other parent. I don't even like my relationship with my ex. We get along fine. If my daughter even thinks I'm hinting at anything that is critical of her father, she gets so defensive, and I'm like, I wasn't even saying anything. But they are super, super protective, right?
Yeah. So
the good part of this is they are able to afford to do what they need to do.
Yeah.
I think it's a different position when some people are like, I need that money. My child is going without. That's a different scenario. It's one thing if you're relying on that money in order to just have the basic necessities. So I think you're coming from a different mentality when you're doing okay financially, but you'd like to do more and
But
you'd like
still,
to do better. And it's only fair, the fairness of it.
But still, the fairness, her husband's paying.
Right.
So they're doing what they're supposed
you know
to
what?
do. How come her ex isn't doing what he's supposed to do?
Oh, well, sometimes that's just the way it is. And it sucks. It's horrible. But at some point, I think for your own sanity, I have a friend in the same exact scenario. Exactly. Years later, the son is well past getting hundreds of thousands in child support. She never saw any of it. And the grown child, still defend his father. Mm-hmm. And, it's just like at some point, for your own sake of your own spirit and your own sanity, you just got to say, I'm going to live my life as if I'm never going to see another dime from this man. And if I do, it's going to be a wonderful, pleasant surprise, right? That's another way you have to maybe look at it, because if he's already being garnished by the IRS and he's being paid underneath the table, he's doing everything he can to get away from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to let it go and cut your losses, not just financially, but emotionally and spiritually. You got to cut your losses sometimes.
I don't know. That's
just another option.
Yeah, I don't like that option.
I know you don't.
That's
but if you're
he owes her $30,000.
He does.
So,
but at what cost to her is she going to have to go through to get it when he might not ever pay it?
That's what I just explained. But I think at the bare minimum, Ahsoka, what you should do at the bare minimum is you can go to your attorney or your family law attorney and just have a consultation.
At the very least, get your legal rights.
Yeah, you don't have to get on retainer with the firm or the lawyer. Just say, hey, I got this big problem. You pay them $400 an hour or whatever, and sit down for an hour, explain everything that you explained to us, and they're probably going to give you kind of the same options we gave you, which is do nothing, rattle his cage, send him a letter saying you're going to be in really big trouble if you don't give me the $30,000 and start paying regular child support. Third option is we're going to take your ass to court and probably you're going to go to jail. So that's probably what a lawyer's going to tell her.
Yeah, and then you have to make the decision, what are you willing to do, to what extent you're going to take it, right?
Right.
I don't know, it's a tough situation. If everybody would just do the right thing, we wouldn't be in this predicament.
Well, that's true.
Right, but again, like I said, it's a completely different situation if you've got a woman or a man who is just not in the financial position. You're depending on that child support. It's another thing to depend on it than just to be like, well, it'd be nice if he'd step up. But I also wouldn't be breaking my back trying to, drive hours and hours to make it easier for the sperm donor. I mean, I get it. You don't want to prevent your child from seeing him, but I wouldn't be jumping through hoops to make it happen either. It's like, the child is here. It's your weekend. Are you coming? Are you going to fit? Now, if it was an amicable situation, yeah, you want to do the right thing and help out.
Yeah.
But man, if you keep getting burned time and time again, eventually it's like, shame on you for keep putting yourself through that anxiety.
Okay.
That's two different perspectives on it.
There you go. Well, I hope that was helpful, Ahsoka. And we're sorry to hear about all that. These are tough situations.
Sucks.
These are real situations and tough situations. And I certainly have heard of stories like this. Kellie just said she has a friend in this situation, and it's tough.
It's terrible.
It really is
and the
tough.
kid always just like, don't be mean. Don't do that. He doesn't have the money. It's like, what can you do?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the good guys don't always win.
Right.
That's such unfortunate.
Well, I think I'm going to bring it home for Jerome with a quick movie review. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm so glad. I don't want to go see the Batman. I'll just be honest.
Why don't you want to see the Batman?
It is freaking 3 hours long, and that's without the movie trailers and all that. And I just don't want to sit there for 3 hours. And I keep hearing how dark it is and stuff. And you know what? I've seen Batman. I've seen a lot of Batmans. Do I really need to see yet another Batman? I decided for myself, no. So when I went out of town, I told Alan, why don't you take Cole and do a guys' weekend and y'all go see it? Because I know you wanted to see it. I just didn't want to go see it with you.
So that's what we did. We went to go see The Batman at Studio Movie Grill. # not an ad. me and Cole and one of his buddies.
That would be sweet if we could get him to advertise for us.
Yeah. But yeah, we went to see it. I also had these concerns about length. It's not a concern of mine, length, anymore, because the movie went very quickly. For a 3-hour movie.
How many times did you go to the bathroom?
None.
That's shocking.
0. And I drank the big, large Diet Coke on the rocks.
How's that possible?
I don't know. I really don't. I was so into the movie.
That your bladder went on pause?
I guess, because I usually have an ant bladder.
Did you run to the bathroom after it was over?
Well, I had to go, but I didn't run.
Oh my gosh. I sat through, what was that one with the blue people? Avatar.
Another great movie.
I had to get up and go pee in the middle of that. I was like, what in the world? What am I sitting here watching? And I got to pee.
Okay, so
3 hours.
So I talked about how I love the Christian Bale trilogy Batmans. Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and what was the last one?
I don't know.
Yeah.
No Way Home. That's
No.
Spider-Man.
Well, there were 3 of them, and I just loved them. I thought Christian Bale was the best Batman ever. So this one, I was going in like, this isn't going to be any good. It's 3 hours long. I've already heard it's really dark.
Not like dark, like deep, but like
visually
lighting wise.
dark, yeah.
It's lit darkly.
And then Robert Pattinson,
Yeah.
never seen one thing he's been in. Never seen anything that
He's
guy's been in.
good. I knew he would do fine with that role. I just don't need to see it.
Good Batman.
Yeah.
Really?
I knew he would
was
be.
a good Batman. He looked good in
He's
the...
good and young, so he can go a while in the role.
He was the kung fu stuff. And it probably wasn't him in the suit.
He signed up
but-
for 3.
Did he really? But
Yeah.
he was a great Batman.
He might have learned kung fu. You never know.
The feedback I'm hearing on when he was Bruce Wayne is he was kind of emo.
Well, yeah, that's him.
He was a little emo, but I think Bruce Wayne's always fighting his demons. His parents were killed when he was a kid. I mean,
Christian Bale may have been called emo if he had been as young as Robert Pattinson. Maybe it's an age thing.
Maybe.
Because Robert Pattinson is emo where Christian Bale would be broody, right?
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
They're both just broody at
Right.
different decades of life.
But Robert Pattinson, I was like, man, that dude is he's kind of scrawny. How is he going to be Batman? So the cat took his shirt off a few times in the movie.
He's ripped.
He's ripped.
Well, they have to get that in
He
shape.
bulked up. I mean,
They have to.
He looked like Batman. The vehicles, the Batmobile, the Batcycle,
All that stuff was cool.
Batarang, the suit, everything was awesome. His enemies, so like the Penguin was like a gangster, didn't wear a bunch of goofy looking makeup. I mean, he was just like a gangster.
They weren't as cartoonish as
They weren't
previous
cartoonish.
Batmans.
Yeah, it was a very realistic take, in
'Cause,
my opinion.
It's kind of fun and campy when you have like Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze.
Oh, those were horrible.
Those were cartoonish.
Horrible.
Those were cartoonish characters, is what I'm saying. They kept it a little bit more real as you can be with a man running around in a bat suit.
George Clooney, worst Batman ever.
I would not say that's true.
Val Kilmer.
I thought Val was fine.
Wow. Anyway,
Fine.
I will give this movie a 4 out of 5 stars.
That's good.
It gets the A Train 4 out of 5 stars. It gets the Kid 2 thumbs up. I would if you're
Who's
a fan,
the kid?
me.
You're not supposed to do that anymore.
Oh, that's right. If you are a fan of Batman, you should go see this movie. If you're a fan of action movies, you should go see this movie. If you like mysteries, you should go see this movie. But it was dark. It was hard for me to see. It was dark. The whole movie was freaking dark. Remember the movie Seven? That's one of my favorite scary movies.
Oh, yeah.
Remember how dark that was?
Yeah.
That's what this reminded me of. It was that dark.
That
And then
was
a lot of
deep.
times it was hard to hear. So there was a lot of dialogue between Batman and Gordon.
Commissioner Gordon.
Commissioner Gordon. So there was talking like, yeah, what do you think about that? Yeah, okay. Yeah, baby. So they're going back and forth trying to solve the mystery.
And if you're trying to
And-
eat
yeah,
your
and I-
popcorn and
right.
slurp on your drink, you can't hear.
Yeah, and I'm leaning in. I'm like, what in the hell did he just say? And
Yeah.
the boys are like, oh, I couldn't hear him. So there was that. Those are my 2 gripes. It was a little hard to see. It was a little hard
What
to
the
hear.
boys think? They were 13-year-old boys you took.
Cole liked it. Christian, that was his second time to see it, and he said he liked it better the second time.
Oh, okay. Because he probably caught some stuff.
He
the
caught some
second
stuff
time.
the second time, yeah. And the guy that played the Riddler was just, I said, what'd you guys think of the Riddler? They said the only word we can think of is disturbing.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good word, guys.
Because
Disturbing.
he was just crazy.
He was crazy. Yeah.
Well, I told Alan, I said, how about, Colin Farrell? He's like, what? I said,
Had no idea he
he
was
the
in the
penguin.
movie. No idea.
He's got so much makeup and prosthetics on, he's unrecognizable as the Penguin.
He was. He's an ugly son of a bitch.
Well, not in real life.
Wow. How's he compare to your husband?
With or without prosthetics.
Oh, come on.
No, somebody I was in Houston, everybody was saying, I met this friend of Kristen's. Kristen said, oh, she loves Alan. I showed him a picture. She said he looks like a movie star.
What? Who said this?
A friend of Kristen's said, you like a movie star.
Really? Well, that's nice. Who was this?
It was one of Kristen's friends that you don't know.
Oh. What's her name? Oh. All right, babe. Well, that's very nice. Very, very nice. I was at Starbucks the other day, and the barista said, has anybody ever told you look like that guy from The Walking Dead? And I was like, really? Every once in a while, somebody else. All right, babe. You got anything else?
No, I'm going to go ice my ankle again.
Okay, well, I'm really sorry about that.
Thank you.
I'm predicting Kelly will need to visit a doctor.
For a sprain?
Yeah, because it's going to be stiff and probably bruised tomorrow, and you're probably going to be worse tomorrow than you are today. That's just my prediction. That's just my prediction.
We'll see.
But we'll see.
What's the cure? Pain pills and elevation.
Stay off of it.
So why go to a doctor just to be told that?
Well, what if it's broken?
I don't think it's broken. I couldn't walk on it, period, if it was broken, right?
Well, no, not necessarily.
But if it was broken, would I feel it immediately?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I sprained my ankle really bad one time playing basketball, and it swole up like a volleyball.
Well, maybe we'll see what happens overnight. It hasn't swollen that much, honestly. It just hurts like hell.
All right. Well, enough of our ailments. I'm sure we'll have some ailments next time.
I hope not. I hope I'm 100%. That's my hope.
Me too. Well, even if you're not 100%, I love
I'll
you.
be here.
I love you desperately.
And I'll be here, and I love you too.
I love our listeners desperately. I love the Batman desperately.
Oh, you've gone from I really liked it to loving it desperately.
It's a good movie. I wouldn't mind seeing it again.
You just tell me what happens.
Batman kicks ass.
I mean, like the mystery and all that. So I don't have to. I'm not going to go see it. You can tell me what happens after the podcast finishes recording.
And I'm sure we'll podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye.